He accidentally stepped in mud. As he put his shoe back on, a guard suddenly whipped him frantically, but Knock clenched his teeth, insisted on finishing putting on his shoe, and stood up again. For if he lost his shoes, he would most likely die from an infected wound on his foot. Under the guard's supervision, they walked into a huge pit, numbly picked up shovels, and started digging. They had been repeating this work for months, not knowing how many pits they had dug. They had also been wondering why the German army kept digging pits in the woods. At this time, the German army had just set up the concentration camp. Everyone thought the concentration camp was just a labor camp for imprisoning Jews, so they assumed the pits were for burying looted treasures, or the bodies of German soldiers killed on the front lines. Until this day, Knock and two companions were taken to a closed courtyard to do what the German army called sorting work. Before long, a military truck loaded with Jews arrived. Then, the German soldiers enthusiastically helped the Jews get off the truck. The German officer even reassured everyone not to panic. He told the Jews that the concentration camp was not a prison, but just a labor camp where Jews gathered. Every Jew would get a job here, and the German army would pay them salaries on time. After listening to the German officer's words, the Jews, who had been panicking, finally relaxed, and involuntary smiles appeared on their faces. Then the German officer told them, to prevent the spread of diseases, everyone must take a bath and disinfect first. After all the Jews entered the room, Knock started his sorting work. They carried the Jews' luggage into the warehouse, then unpacked it, and sorted clothes, shoes, jewelry, and money into separate piles as required by the German army. At this time, Knock still thought the German army was only trying to seize the Jews' wealth, but what he never expected was that when he walked out of the warehouse, he saw the German army driving all the Jews who had just bathed and disinfected into a special ironclad truck. They connected a hose to the truck compartment, and instantly, heart-wrenching wails and the thunderous sound of desperate slaps on the iron sheets came from inside. Listening to these terrifying sounds like they were from hell, Knock suddenly seemed to understand everything. After that, Knock witnessed more Jews arriving here. Although he had realized the German army's conspiracy, he was powerless to stop it, only able to watch silently as everything unfolded. He endured working at the sorting station for more than 10 days. On this morning, he finally left the terrifying sorting station and returned to work in the woods. But this time, his job was no longer digging pits, but filling them. He also saw that ironclad truck again at the pit filling site, when the German army opened the truck compartment. Looking at the pile of Jewish bodies crammed inside, Knock finally understood completely. The concentration camp was not a labor camp at all, but a death terminal specially designed to plunder Jews' property and slaughter their lives. After that, Knock kept working at the burial site for a long time. He could no longer remember how many bodies he had carried, until this evening, he unexpectedly saw his own wife among the pile of corpses. He roared in grief, begging the German soldiers to shoot him.